Hi, I'm Adrian, and in this video we'll look at how bookings are handled in Cademy. And now there are three types of bookings in Cademy, and the basic one is an instant booking. So let's have a look at what that looks like. And this is a default course, this is the default option on all the courses that you set up. So if you come and actually book at one of these courses, I'll be able to choose the offer that works for me, enter my details, continue, I'll be prompted to pay, and once I've entered my payment details, that's the booking confirmed, that's the booking placed. So at this point, the money has been taken from the customer's account and being on its way to your account. And what's going to happen is, of course, the customer will be sent the confirmation email that you've set, and you'll get a confirmation email as well. So that's going to essentially tell you that you've gotten your booking, how much that was paid. You'll be able to click on this button to view that booking within Cademy. There you go. Now, in addition to that option, we have an option to configure your course to not instantly accept bookings essentially. So if you go into your settings for your class, you'll be able to see an advanced settings option. And the first option is the instantly accept bookings. So if you click on that to disable it and then save your course, let's have a look at that, what that flow looks like now. So this option is great if you don't want to automatically charge and add people into a class, but you want to accept or reject every request that comes in. So if I just fill in the details and place the order again, as a customer, again, I'm asked for to enter my payment and I'll pay. But there's a difference now because as a customer, I'll get an email that says your booking's being processed. So if I look here, it says your booking is being processed and the educator will get back to you shortly. And you as the educator will get an email that says, please view this booking and accept it within 72 hours. Now, why 72 hours? Because at the point when the booking was placed, we didn't actually charge that card. We just frozen or marked that as pending within their account. So that money is still in the customer's account. So when you click on view booking, you're able to accept or reject this booking. And if you accept, at that point we transfer the money to you. If you reject, we just release that money back into their account so they can use it again. Now the benefit of doing it this way is that if you reject a booking that comes through, nobody's charging any transaction fees. So there is no costs to anyone involved, which is why you'd probably want to set this up. So if you're worried about the capacity or you want to individually approve everyone who is attempting to enroll into the class, this is the setup for you. Go and enable or disable the instantly accept bookings toggle on the settings here. The last option I'd like to talk about is booking requests. So booking requests come in play when you set up a course and you set the type to be, let's create a new course, and you set the type to be on request. Or when you set up a class and you, under step number 2, you choose, let's enter some details here. Under step number 2, you choose to run your course on request, right? And lastly, requests come in play. Even if a course has specific dates and times, you can choose to accept requests under advanced settings and allow alternative date requests. So let's take another look at our course. By default, accepting alternative date requests is enabled. So you can see it here. And it's enabled because a lot of times your dates are going to run out. So the dates that you've set are going to run out, and we want to still allow people to inquire. So what we're going to show instead a big button that says request a date. And also it's useful because sometimes the dates that you've listed don't necessarily work for the customer. So it's good to allow them to be able to say, hey, can you do this date instead? So let's have a look at how that looks like. I click on the request a date option, and I as a customer can choose which dates work for me. I'll pick this one, and I can add another one as well. My second choice date is going to be this one, right? I can enter a message for you. I'll put in some copy text I have from earlier, and I'll enter my contact details. You'll see that the customer is actually informed that there's no payment being taken just now, and the payment will be taken later after all the details have been agreed. So if I click to send my request, that's it. It says you're all done. And what's going to happen next is you as the educator will get the confirmation email saying someone's requested a new date for this particular course, and they'll get confirmation email saying that their request is being reviewed. So when you view this request, it's going to take you into Cademy, and you can see that the requests are going to be shown at the top of the page just over the bookings, because they're probably going to be the things that are going to need to address very quickly because that can be a thing that gets that missed very easily. So come and look at your requests, and you'll see that you'll have the message from the customer, the price they got quoted when they made the request, and you'll have a few options. You'll be able to just accept one of their dates, and you just enter the duration for the course, and then that's pretty much it. You can enter a message and accept the request, or you can accept with changes. And this is interesting because if none of the dates that they've given you work for you, you can contact them by phone or email and agree on a different date, and then you can simply enter that new date here. And then you can even override the price. So you can say, I'm gonna need more spaces here, or I'm gonna need to charge them a specific amount like this, and then you can enter a message and confirm it. So what happens when you actually enter a message here and confirm the request? Let's add some placeholder text. If I click here, what's it gonna do now is actually gonna create the booking and trigger an email to the customer. And in that email, it's gonna say, payment required for your booking. So in this case, you can see that I got the details for this booking, including a link to where I need to go and pay. And when I click on this, I am prompted to pay for this booking. And once I've completed the payment, you'll get a confirmation that they've paid, and they'll get a confirmation that the booking has been successful. So if I refresh, there you go. That's the confirmation emails to both the educator and the student. Hopefully this makes sense. And the last thing is when you add in bookings manually to your course, so you can add in details like this into your sheet, you will have the option to pick a date and of course pick the number of spaces or override the price manually. So when you add a booking manually, you'll have a couple of options here, including the request payment option. And when you create that booking, the customer will be sent an email with a payment link, just as you saw earlier. Or if you don't request the payment, we're automatically going to add that booking in as paid. But you can still choose to send them a confirmation email to inform them of the fact that they've got a booking in. So if I click here, that's going to send them an email saying, hey, you've been booked into this course, but there's not going to be a prompt to pay. Maybe you want to agree on in cash or something else. You'll have to figure that out on your own. But if you do choose to enable the option to pay, that's going to send them a link, and they'll have to pay, and you'll get a confirmation once they do. Hopefully this all makes sense. If not, please get in touch using the live chat option at the bottom right. Thank you for watching, and take care.